Hello friends, welcome to yet another interesting video on basics of fundamental analysis with me Sarthak Shah. Today we are going to discuss little more on return on equity and another important ratio called return on capital employed and also on debt to equity ratio. But before starting today's video, I would like to share that if you have missed my previous video, then first watch that video because the topics covered in today's video are directly linked with that video. So let us now start today's session. So let us first start with debt to equity ratio. In our previous video, we had came to a conclusion that any investors before investing should ideally check return on equity over net profit margin. But you should keep that in mind that return on equity can be increased by taking more debt. So let us first try to understand how by taking more debt return on equity can be increased. As you can see on my screen, take for instance any company which requires total 200 crore to start the business. Now in case 1, the company has managed to borrow the money fully by issuing shares, means 100% equity and no debt. And the net profit after a year was 40 crore rupees. So in this case return on equity derived is 20%. Now let us see case 2. As you can see here, the company only was able to borrow 100 crores by issuing shares. So the company decided to borrow another 100 crores at 15% interest rate as debt. So after a year, the company needs to pay 15 crore as interest on the 100 crores which the company has borrowed. So the net profit after paying the interest stands at 25 crore. By looking at net profit values, one can say that case 1 was better. But one need to take a point in mind that in case 1 the equity was 200 crore while in case 2 the equity is only 100 crore. So indirectly the return on equity derived in case 2 is 25%. I hope from this example you are very much clear that how companies can increase their ROE numbers by taking more debt, which in fact most of the companies do. So you need to first check how much the company has taken debt over equity, which we can know just by looking at debt to equity ratio. Ideally, according to me, debt to equity ratio must be as close as 0, means the company must be debt free. So whenever you look at any big company's financials, you will find that in comparison to equity, the debt is almost 0. You must be thinking why so? As when company takes more debt, we are getting more return. Then what is the problem? Friends, the problem occurs when company starts running in losses. Consider any slowdown in the industry or due to this pandemic like coronavirus, their sales number will get affected and the company will start reporting loss. As there is no profit, the management of the company may decide not to pay any dividend to the shareholders, but the company has to pay the interest to the debt holders. And if this slowdown continues for say 2 to 3 years, then there are high chances that there will be no cash to pay interest also. And at last, those companies declare bankruptcy. So I suggest to choose those companies who is debt free. Do take a note that debt to equity ratio will never work in banking sector as their main business only is to take debt from companies or people at large in the form of FDs, savings accounts, current accounts, etc. and to give loans to businesses or the needy people. So in bankings there are many other ratios like CASA ratio, net interest income, cost to income ratio which we will be discussing in the upcoming videos. So in short, we will not look into debt to equity ratio in bankings, NBFCs, finance, lending companies, etc. Hope now the debt to equity ratio is clear to everyone. Moving ahead, let us now talk about return on capital employed, ROCE. ROE measures return only on equity, whereas ROCE measures return on total capital employed, means debt plus equity. Consider the same example discussed earlier, but for better understanding, consider debt as interest free. So as you can see on the screen, in case 1, as there is no debt, return on equity equals return on capital employed, that is 20%. Whereas in case 2, ROE derived was at 40% and ROCE derived is at 20%. So now let us try to understand which ratio ROE or ROCE you need to check before investing in any companies. This is the most important part of today's video, so I hope to be attentive. As mentioned earlier that the companies may increase their ROE numbers by taking more debt. So you just need to take that point in consideration, and thus if any company has debt, then you need to check ROCE ratio before investing, because while deriving at ROE, the debt is not taken into consideration. And if any company is debt free, then you need to check ROE figures before investing. Now you might be confused why so, because as discussed till now, if there is no debt, then ROE equals ROC, then why to check two different ratios in two different scenarios? Let us try to understand that now. Let me show you by taking any company's financials. Once again, I would like to disclose here that any companies talked about in this video are solely for educational purpose and should not be considered as recommendations in any direct or indirect manner. Let us take Avanti Feeds Limited. As you can see here, the debt to equity ratio is 0, means Avanti Feeds Limited is debt free. So as discussed till now, if company is debt free, then ideally ROE must equals ROCE. So as you can see here, ROCE is 36.49 whereas ROE is 23.11. So it's not the same. So now let me show you why it is so. When we calculate ROE, we calculate return on total equity. So let us check first how much the total equity of Avanti Feeds Limited is. Just click on balance sheet to get the data of equity. So here when we add share capital plus reserve, we get total equity of any company. So here in this case, when we add 14 plus 1192, which gets to 1206 is the total equity of Avanti Feeds Limited. When I scroll little above, I get the data of income statement annually. So for calculating ROE, we require net profit for March 2019 period. So in this case, the net profit for March 2019 period is 274. So by dividing 274 with total equity, that is 1206, and when converted in percentage, we get ROE. Now for calculating ROCE, what we need to remember is that we are required to pay interest to the debt holders. So for better understanding, let us take another company who has good amount of debt. So here I have chosen Titan Company Limited. Now as we are aware, to derive ROCE ratio, we require total capital employed, means equity and debt. So just by clicking at balance sheet, we get both these data. Here we need to add share capital, reserves and also borrowings to derive at total capital employed. So in this case, we will add 89, 5981 and 2393 to derive at total capital employed at March 2019. Now let us look for income statement. As you can see here, the net profit is derived by deducting interest, depreciation and also tax. And we need to consider that we have to pay interest to the debt holders. So for calculation of ROCE, if we take net profit, then our calculation will be wrong. So for calculating ROCE, we will consider operating profit in numerator. So ROCE will be derived as operating profit divided by equity plus debt. So in this case, we will do 1994 divided by 8463, and this is ROCE. So due to this reason only, ROE and ROCE are different. Hope you are now clear about both these ratios. I would like to add here one last point, that these reserves are nothing but the portion of net profit which are not distributed as dividend to the shareholders but are added back in the business. So many companies can reduce the equity amount just by giving more dividend to reflect higher ROE numbers. So I would suggest do not directly invest just by looking at ROE numbers, as in finance or in investing all topics are interconnected, as I keep mentioning from my very first video. Hope you are now clear about all the ratios discussed today. And if you still have any doubts or concerns, feel free to comment. And if you like my today's video, please share with your friends and family members so they also can learn and earn from investing. That's all from my end. I, Sarthak Shah, signing off for the day. Bye.